I'm saying? Yeah. The fanatic. Where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina. Upstate, A64. Yeah. The FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what.
Welcome into the Fan Addict, a sports channel for sports fans by sports fans. It's your boy, Coach I.
And I'm the stat guy.
That's right, man. Hey, we in here. We starting a new little grouping of videos. We doing conference win totals. Basically, we're going to go through each team in each Power 5 conference and talk about the Vegas odds for the win totals for the season. And then Stat Guy will give us the win totals. And then we'll actually go through the schedule to see if we come up with the same thing. If you like the content, man, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, share it, help bring more people to the platform. Today, as you can see up top, we got the SEC East. Before we get started, how you feeling, Stat Guy?
Hey, man, feeling good. Man, looking through these numbers, man, Vegas don't miss much. Vegas does not miss much with these over-unders.
Hey, as they say, the house always wins, but sometimes they give you a little gimme so they can keep bringing you back. So we'll go, each video will feature a division. This video is the SEC East. We'll do a different second video for the SEC where it's the SEC West. So let's go ahead and get started on these win totals. So basically, when you go with the win totals, you get a point for a win. You get a half if you don't know who's going to win. And, of course, no points for a loss. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to start off with the SEC East last place finisher, the Vanderbilt Commodores. Jeff, what does the before we get started, this is a disclaimer. We are not betting analysts. We are not Vegas insiders. So this is all for entertainment purposes only. So if you go out and bet your house and you lose it, don't be trying to come to us for a place to stay. All right. On to the first team, Vanderbilt Commodores. Last year in 2021, they were 2-10. So what we got? What does Vegas insiders say that their win total is for the season?
You know Vegas is playing it safe with a solid 2.5.
A solid 2.5. All right, let's go through the schedule. They are at Hawaii. I'm gonna give them a half for that.
Is that week one? Is that actually week one, or is that a week 0 game?
That's a week 0 game. So they should get 2 buys this season since they play in week 0.
Yeah, and back in an interesting fact, back in the day, you used to get an extra bye if you played at Hawaii. Fun little tidbit fact for the viewers at home.
Okay.
Back in the BCS era days of time, you got an extra little bye week if you traveled off the mainland.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm giving them a win. I'm giving them the full point at Hawaii.
All right. Versus Elon, I'm gonna say now they'll be 1.5 because I'm gonna give them 1 for Elon.
They're gonna take the dub there, 2 points.
Versus Wake Forest, it's an L. Still at 2.
Well,
yep, still at 2. All right. At Northern Illinois.
I'll go ahead and answer. I'm gonna give them the half, which puts me at 2.5.
All right, I'm going to give them a half, which puts them at 2. And then we start into the SEC. They play all of their non-conference the first 4 games of the year, and then they start into their conference. We could go game by game, but for me, there's no need. I think they will lose all of their SEC games, which gives them two wins for me. It goes Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, Missouri, South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee.
Where's the Florida game at?
At home.
I'm giving them a half in the Florida game. Bump them up to 3 for me.
All right. So you got Vandy at 3. I got Vandy at 2. and Vegas got them at 2.5. So we right around that mark for Vegas. All right. So the next team on the list is the second to last place finisher from 2021, and that would be the Florida Gators. For all of those out there participating, they finished 2021 6-6.
Personally, I think that they're probably going to be around the same. We'll have to see what we see about that schedule. Vegas has them taking a step forward at 7.5.
7.5 for the Florida Gators, according to Vegas. All right. First game at home versus the Utah Utes. I'm giving them a half because they're playing at the Swamp, but I actually think Utah might win this one outright.
You a better man than me. 0.
All right. So half. Versus Kentucky, I'm giving them a half.
0.
All right. So they're at 1 for me, 0 for you. South Florida, that's a win. So that's 2 for me.
That game at home?
Yeah.
I'll give them a half.
All right. So you keep up with your total so we'll know at the end. I got them at 2. All right. At Tennessee. Oh, dang, boy. At Tennessee. I'm going to give them a half. So I'm at 2.5.
You know, that's a game that I can see them potentially getting boat raced in. But God, for some reason, they give Tennessee the boogie boos, and you never know. I'm gonna get my half in that game. I could see them getting boat raced. It wouldn't surprise me if they get 40 piece. But for some reason, man, that orange up there just don't scare them. So I'm gonna get my half.
All right. So I got them at 1. Half. I got them at 2.5. You got them at 1. All right, versus Eastern Washington, I got them at 3. That's another one, so that's 3.5.
I'll give them the win there.
All right, versus Missouri, I got a half because little do people know Missouri actually is about 500 since joining the SEC versus Florida. So I got them at a half, so that's 4 for me.
I'll take them at a half as well, which bumps me up to a solid 2.
All right, versus LSU. It's at the Swamp, so I'm going to give them a half. So I am at 5 for the Florida Gators.
I'll give them a half on that game as well.
Yeah, they kind of they normally split with LSU as well. Versus, then they get a bye week, just like Georgia gets a bye week, and then it's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. I think their quarterback play will be a little bit better this year, but I think Georgia top to bottom just got too much for them. So I am giving them an L right there. So they're still
false.
Yeah, I'm giving them an L. So at Texas A&M, I'm giving them an L.
False.
Versus South Carolina in the Swamp, I'm gonna give them a half.
You already know what time it is. Loss.
All right. At Vandy, I'll give them a win. That's 1.
Got to keep with what I said before. Give them a half.
All right. And then at Florida State, I'm going to give them a half.
I do think Florida State takes a step forward this year. Again, that's a fun little rivalry game. Give them a half as well.
All right. For me, I got half. That's 1, 2, 2.5. 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, and I got them at 6.5. Vegas had them at 7.5. I got them at 6.5.
And I got them at 3.5.
See, I think you're being a little hard on the Florida. Listen, I'm a Georgia dog, and I ain't as hard on the Florida Gators as you are.
Hey, look, I felt you gave a couple halves that I think are guaranteed losses. But we'll see, man. With everything they got going on down in Swampville, they better put up or shut up year 1. Or
I mean, as we saw on social media, Twitter to be exact, Florida fans are not too pleased with Billy Napier at this point in time, even though the dude hasn't even coached the game yet. So on to the next one, finishing 5th in the SEC East was the South Carolina Gamecocks, who finished 6-6 and then won the bowl game over North Carolina to finish 7-6. All right, man. Let's go ahead and jump into this schedule. Okay, before you tell us how y'all gonna go 10-2, what does Vegas say y'all gonna do?
Vegas is disrespectful as all get out. I am not a betting man. I don't condone going and betting your house. But if you were gonna go bet your house, this is the one to do it on because Vegas has Gamecocks going 5.5.
5.5. All right. Let's see if I can. Let's see if what I come up with. We already know you're gonna be more than 5.5. Let's see what I got. All right. Georgia State 1.
1.
At Arkansas 1.5.
2.
Versus Georgia at home 1.5.
2.5.
Versus Charlotte 2.5.
3.5.
Versus South Carolina State 3.5.
4.5.
At Kentucky 3.5.
5.
Versus Texas A&M 3.5.
Oh man, I'm telling you, you forget we coming off a bye week for that now. 12-2, games coming off a bye week, and they got to come to Willie B, which is going to be rocking. 5.5.
So I still got y'all at 3.5, but most of the time, who y'all be playing after them bye weeks though?
Hey, we don't talk about that. We use 12-2 after bye weeks.
All right, I still got y'all at 3.5, and then y'all got Missouri at the house, and I'm going 4.
6.5.
At Vandy, that's a win. That's 5.
7.5.
All right. At Florida, I'm gonna give y'all a half. That's 5.5. Isn't that 5.5 for me? Hold on, let me recount. Georgia State half, 1.5. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 3.5, 4, 5. At Florida, I'm gonna give y'all a half, so that's 5.5. Like I thought I was correct. Okay.
And I'm at 8.5.
All right. Versus Tennessee, I'll give y'all a half. That's 6.
9.5.
And at Clemson, where they are 34-1 since 2016, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a loss on that one. So I got y'all at 6.
I'm just saying that quarterback play ain't the same as it was from 2016 to 2020. Just saying. I'm gonna give us a coin flip on that. I'll take the half.
Okay.
Oh, what do you know? What do you know? I'm sitting at 10 wins. What do you know?
Yep, and I gave y'all 6, so I already, as we'll do a season breakdown, but to match, Vegas had y'all at 5.5, and I got y'all at 6. So that's too close to be putting money on, man. A half a game ain't enough cushion for me. So let's move on to the team that finished 4th in the SEC East, the Missouri Tigers. The Missouri Tigers were also 6-6 last year, but they had that head-to-head win over South Carolina, which made them finish 4th in the league. All right. So what does Vegas say Missouri is going to do this year?
Just like South Carolina, Missouri, 5.5.
5.5. They do return their quarterback, who I actually think is pretty good. He just doesn't have a lot of weapons, but they got a big time wide receiver recruiter or something coming in though, from the 2022 class. I can't remember the guy's name, but he did choose to play at Missouri. So I like Eli Djurkowitz. I hope I'm saying his name right, but I just think it's hard to recruit to the state of Missouri. You know what I'm saying?
And this is something definitely to look at, is that, again, this is another place that fans have been chirping on a little bit more. Could be a name that we see on the hot seat, depending on how the season unfolds.
See, man, you gotta know who you are, man. You in the SEC East, and not for nothing. When you recruiting, you're not just recruiting against your border states. You're recruiting against the competition that you play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't strive for greatness or whatever, but I'm just saying you got to get to do. What is this? His 4th year, third year? This is 3rd year. Yeah, it's like, come on, you got to get to do, like at a school like Missouri. I think you have to give a guy 5 years. At a school, at a more elite power, then I can see, if you don't see any trending upward in 3 years, I can see you letting people go. So, All right, let's go. So what does the Vegas say? They're going to go 5.5 Vegas, just like South Carolina? All right. All right, let's see. Louisiana Tech, 1.
1.
At Kansas State, half. 1.5.
Right there with you.
Abilene Christian, 2.5.
2.5.
At Auburn, I'm going to give them a half. That's 3.
I'm going to give them a win there, 3.5.
Versus Georgia, it's a L. I'm still at 3.
Still at 3.5.
At Florida, who I said since they joined the SEC East, SEC period, they've I think they're almost 500. If not, they're like 5-7 or something like that. One game under 500. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a half. So I'm gonna say 3.5.
I got it as a half as well, so 4.
All right. At versus Vandy, I got a win, so that's 4.5.
Win, 5.
At South Carolina, I got a half, so that's 4.5 for me, right?
Loss, 5.
Versus Kentucky, that's a loss, so I'm still at 4.5.
Loss, still at 5.
At Tennessee, that's a loss, so I'm still at 4.5.
Loss, still at 5.
Versus New Mexico State, that is a win, and that puts them at the 5.5.
Got that as a win to put them at 6.
And then Arkansas is a L, so I got them right where Vegas got them, 5.5.
And I got them a tick above at 6.
Again, if you are betting for entertainment purposes only, that's not enough cushion to go put any money on. You know what I'm saying? Depends. That's going to depend on injury and, you know, when they're hot and when they're not. So to the team that finished third. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say too, and that's a lot of games there that are coin flips. That I mean, you look, that 5.5 to 6 could jump to be a 7.5, but it could very easily turn the other way and be a 3.5 4-win season. So, Rob, when you dealing with coin flips like that, man,
that is true. All right. Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee finished third in the SEC East. They did show, I think, progress under Josh Heupel with the up-tempo offense. They definitely ran more plays per seconds or, definitely the fastest offense in the nation. They finished 7-5 in 2021. Where does Vegas have them going in 2022?
Vegas is keeping it right around the same. They're giving them 7.5 wins.
Okay. Let me see. I think I might have them a little higher than that, but we're going to see. 7.5, we'll see. Ball State, 1.
1.
At Pitt, half. 1.5.
Half, 1.5.
Versus Akron, 2.5.
1.5.
Versus Florida, that's a half, so I'm at 3.
That's a half, I'm at 3.
At LSU, it's a half. I'm at 3.5.
Death Valley, 3.5.
Versus Bama, that's a loss. I'm still at 3.5.
Oh, not the third Saturday in October. Yeah. Go ahead and put the L and circle that a couple times.
Versus UT Martin, that's a win. I'm at 4.5.
And 4.5.
Versus Kentucky, who is one of their SEC rivals, a bitter rival at that. So I'm going to give them a half, so I'm at 5.
That game's in Knoxville?
It is.
I'll give them a half and go to 5.
At Georgia, I'm going to give them a L. Even though I think they can keep it close, I just think our talent going to be a little too much, so I'm still at 5.
Yeah, that's a loss for the boys, still at 5.
Versus Mizzou. Did I give Mizzou a half for this one? No, I gave Mizzou an L for this one. Yeah. So they got to win here. That's 6.
I'm giving Tennessee the win to get bump up to 6.
And at South Carolina, I'm gonna give them a half. That's 6.5.
Yeah, you're not beating the Gamecocks this year. Sorry, Volunteer fans. Still at 6 wins.
And Vandy's outright win. I got them at 7.5, just like Vegas.
And I come in a tick under at 7. You wanted to give them a half against my Gamecocks because you a bum. It'd be like that.
Hey, that's because you bet with your heart. I bet with my head. On to the next one. Kentucky Wildcats, who have been steady Eddie under Coach Stoops. I like Coach Stoops. I think he's more one of the best coaches in America, not just the SEC. He does a lot with less in Kentucky, but now he's starting to get better and better recruits each and every year. They went 9-3 last year, man. 9-3. So I think the year before they might have won 10 games or at least 9 games. So they're kind of steady. So what Vegas got Kentucky coming in at, man?
Vegas has them sitting at 8.5. And shout out to Mark Stoops using the coaching carousel and using that Oklahoma job opening up to get the Brinks truck backed up to his house.
Not for nothing, man. Mark deserves it, man. He's at Kentucky, dog, a basketball school, and he's producing, man. They steady. They always play physical, hard nosed football, and they probably wanted to. What?
They play people close. Like even the games that they're in the game.
Yep. So all right. Let's go ahead and jump on in. You say Vegas got them at what? 8.5. All right.
Yep.
Miami of Ohio 1.
1.
At Florida 1.5.
I got them winning that game too.
Youngstown State 2.5.
3.
Northern Illinois 3.5.
That game at home for them?
Yeah. It better be. It's Northern Illinois.
Hey, man, crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
South Carolina making a trip to Boone for some unknown reason.
That's because you're South Carolina.
Hey, quit it. But I do like Northern Illinois. They're one of my sleeper group of 5 teams that always kind of get. I'm gonna give them a win, but man, that could be a coin flip depending on how the seasons go. And I got them at. That's week 5. That's their 5th game. Yeah.
That's their 4th game.
Okay, I got them at 4.
Oh, you got them winning all 4. I got them going to half against Florida, so I'm at 3.5, and then they go to Ole Miss. I'm gonna give them a half here. Because I don't know how they're gonna play on the road. They do play good defense, but Lane Kiffin always had that offense rolling. So I'm gonna give them a half here. So I am at 4.
I'm gonna give them a half as well. And the really good thing for them, seeing Ole Miss before Tennessee, they're gonna kind of know where they're gonna stand coming into that game as well. Very similar, just high-powered, foot on the gas. But I'm going to give them a half down there in Oxford.
All right. Then they play South Carolina. I am giving y'all I'm trying to think. What did I give y'all on this one? Did I give y'all
that?
I gave y'all a half. So, yeah, I'm going to get it. That's another half.
And I got Kentucky taking the L. Sorry, Wildcats.
Hey. Y'all 1-7 in the last 8. We'll see if y'all can change that misfortune. All right, so I'm at 4.5, and they have to take on Mississippi State at home. Mississippi State returns a lot, and we already know Mike Leach can score with the best of them. They're playing at Kentucky, so I'm gonna give them a half here.
I think I like this matchup a little bit better for Kentucky. I'm actually gonna give Kentucky the win and bump them up to 5.5.
All right, I got them at 5.5. Playing at Tennessee, who, like I said, when we was doing the Tennessee schedule, that's their rival, so I'm giving them a half there. I think it just depends, man, if they can. Their defense going to have to travel.
I got them at the half as well, so I'm at 6 right now.
All right, and then they got to go to Missouri, who I think they just better than Missouri top to bottom, so I'm giving them an outright win there.
I got them winning that as well, 7.
All right, and then they got to come to Athens, take on the Dogs. I got the Dogs with the outright win here. Kentucky likes to get up for this game, but it's like they like to get up for it, and then it's like after the first quarter, it's just not a game anymore.
Yeah, I don't quite see this going in the way of the Wildcats. I still got them at 7.
Then they play Louisville at home. I think Louisville's going to be improved, but because it's the home team, I'm going to go ahead and give Kentucky that win.
This if we were talking 2023 and the games at Louisville with the class Louisville's putting together, completely different. This is 2022. They're at home. I'm going to go ahead and give them the win, and I got them sitting at 8.
All right. I got them at 7.5, and Vegas was 8.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is saying Vegas is probably saying that they're going to outright beat Florida. Again, Florida's one of like right now. We look at the state that the Florida program is in. You know, as far as the transition of new coaches and a couple of kids transfer and things of that nature. But it's the same thing. Florida has this hold over Tennessee and Kentucky that it's like it doesn't matter who's the better team. It's like Florida ends up coming out on top a lot of the time. So they probably got that as a win, and then they probably got I gave them a half of the South Carolina game. They probably got a win there, to be honest with you, and then an outright loss to Tennessee or something like that. But because, like I said, last 8 versus South Carolina, 7-1. So.
Still got to line up and play this year, big dog. Still got to line up and play this year.
That is right. Now, on to the reigning national champions, reigning SEC East champions, and the second place finishers in the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. We went 12-0 in the regular season, and outside of the Clemson game, none of the games were remotely close. What does Vegas have us at, stat guy?
I am actually very shocked at Vegas with this number. It is not the same as some of the other powers that be, your kind of usual subjects that you see in the college football playoff. Vegas only has Georgia at 10.5.
10.5. Let's see here. All right. Oregon, 1. Samford, 1.
That bumps them up to 2. I got them at the win as well.
At South Carolina, 3.
Half.
Kent State, that's 4.
3.5.
At Mizzou, that's 5.
4.5.
Versus Auburn, that's 6.
5.5.
Versus Vandy, that's 7.
6.5.
World's largest outdoor cocktail party coming off a bye like Florida, I got them at another win, that's 8.
7.5.
Versus Tennessee, I got them as a half. This is not because I think roster top to bottom, Georgia's good. I think we do. I'm not gonna say struggle, but we have challenges adjusting at times to the up tempo offense. We did, even if you watch the first quarter last year. But once we adjusted to it, we kind of ran away with it. But I think they're going to be much improved. So I got them at a half. Even though real time, I think we're going to win this one because we're at home.
I got y'all winning that game, so we're both at 8.5.
All right. And then at Mississippi State, this is the trickiest part, I think, of our schedule. We go Tennessee at home, up-tempo, speedy offense. Then we travel to Miss State, who returns like 17 of 22 starters or something like that. But I think playing Tennessee will help when we go to Mississippi State. I got us winning at Mississippi State outright. Actually, no. I got that as a half. But the only reason I got it as a half because of where it falls in the schedule, and this could be like a trap game, us looking forward to Kentucky or something like that. So,
the one thing that helps you get them back to back. They are both high-powered offenses, but two different styles. Tennessee's like a Ferrari; they're trying to go 190 miles an hour. Mississippi State is like the tricked out school bus that your aunt and uncle bought and are living in now, traveling across the country. It's going to look crazy, but it gets you there. They're not one of those teams that tries to get like 120 plays a game and nothing like that. But man, Mike Leach can coach the offense.
That's right.
But we in the SEC, I think a lot of times when you look at like tough parts of the schedule, it's when you get just weird and teared on for 4 quarters straight, a couple weeks in a row. And I don't think either one of those teams offer that style to where they're just going to bully ball you in the trenches. And I think that you're able to escape that. And so I actually have y'all with the full win here in Mississippi State.
All right, next game is at Kentucky. Like I said, Kentucky always gets up for the Dogs, but at the end of the day, I think our roster is just too good for them. I got us at a win.
I got y'all at a win as well.
And, what they say, the clean old-fashioned hate, Georgia Tech, it's an outright win.
Not the Harvard of the South.
It's not even close. Stop it.
You know, I don't think no Institute of Technology can beat Georgia. That's a win for y'all.
So I got us at 11 wins. Vegas Insider has us at 10.5. That's about right. Even though if you look at individual games, which I know some of our viewers will, individually, no team on our roster has a better top to bottom roster or is a better team than us. But that doesn't mean that you're always going to win every single game. It is very hard to go 12-0. So that's what, like I say, I got us at 11 wins and Vegas got us at 10.5. What'd you have us at?
I had y'all at 11.
Okay. Yeah, you gave us a half for the South Carolina game, and which other game? Tennessee. I got you. And I gave us a half.
And realistic, no, I apologize. I got y'all at 11.5. I got y'all at
So you saying
no, I got y'all. Yeah, no, I got y'all at a loss. No, I got you at 10.5 because I got you at a loss against South Carolina and then the half against Tennessee.
Okay.
No. I gave y'all a coin flip. You're right. I'm at 11. I got 2 coin flips. But look, let's be real. Y'all gonna lose in South. Y'all gonna lose in South Carolina. We can't all get 10 wins. Yeah, I need y'all to share some love.
Well, there it is, man. We did the SEC East, man, and for the most part, there was no team that we were outrageously above or below the Vegas totals. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Later on, we'll be doing a season preview for each team in their own separate video. So don't forget.
I will give you a little correction on that for the most part, because obviously Vegas got my boys going at 5.5 wins. And you called it. I do have them going 10-2 this year.
Yeah, you were outrageously above Vegas. But hey, to a prelude, you said at the beginning of the video that Vegas knows what they be talking about. I had y'all at 6.5. Vegas had y'all at 5.5. So I know I had y'all at 6. Yeah. So hey, get in the comments. Tell us if you agree or disagree. We will be doing each Power 5 conference division by division. So next up will be the SEC West. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for the Stat Guys Coach I. Go Dogs.
We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the fan at it, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the Southeast from state to state? What team hungry?